I don't get why every streamer I watch playing this game was stroking it off like it was the cure for measles. Well, I should say was streaming this game, because as much as everyone was loving it and giving it its flowers, especially when it was a streamer-only beta, when it came to release, people only lasted about a month. Look at the numbers. It peaked at 71,000 players in May when it released and 21,000 average players. That's really good. A month later, it was averaging 4,200 people, July 1,800, and you can see where I'm going with this. This isn't a knock on the developers either. They are great people who genuinely care about this game. Everyone at Madfingers Games is so passionate, which is why it's hard to think this game will always be in the current state. From day one, I've said this game needs about a year more in the oven. And today's video is about all the things actually coming out of that oven, because we have the roadmap they just released today. Earlier in the week, we got a sneak peek of the first update called Own the Night Ops coming out this fall, and all the things they're adding on top of the night mode and of them adding NVGs to this game. Let's just start with the next update coming out, Own the Night Ops. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of this. Right away, we're just reminded how good this game looks. It's absolutely gorgeous. Whoever did the skybox for the night mode should really get an Oscar for how it looks. They just really nail the weather and also really sets the tone and feel for the game they're going for. I've always said Gray Zone Warfare is one of the most beautiful games out there, and this just solidifies it. Like, look at this, it's gorgeous. This scene right here with the person hanging from the rope is just like, mwah. You know what I mean? Like, I just gave me goosebumps. I really am into like, hey, I need to play this game again, because it does have that vibe to it. But we're gonna first see our NVGs right here and see what they do look like when we have them on. And I'm not really a huge fan of partial NVG views in video games. I like full screen views. That's just who I am as a player. But I won't knock them for this because it fits in with their game and how they're making it. And also, it does look pretty sick when you have the lights on in your peripherals of looking down the NVGs. It looks pretty sick. I'll give them that. They're also adding flashlights to this game, which just look unreal. Not many games pull off that realistic flashlight look, but they really do. The combat to me is still looking weird though. I feel like the gun is still too far away from our character, but that's definitely a me issue. I know some players like that feeling, but for me, it's just not it. Now, on top of all the stuff that they showed in the trailer, they're also adding a few other things plus some undisclosed things, but let's get to the stuff they did obviously announce. They're adding new environmental points to the game to fill in the map a bit more. I'm guessing they saw there's areas that people just never go to, and they just want to fill in the map and make it feel more alive. They're also adding toggle ADS and toggle lean for those psychopaths out there. Hold for life! They're also making it so you can diagonal sprint now and lean while prone. They're adding cases for everyone that does care. They're going to add cases for your inventory. And also the biggest one that I think is coming from this update is they're adding high value loot to the world. This was 100% my biggest gripe with the game. Well, not 100%, but there was a lot of things, but this was one of the biggest ones, is the world just felt really empty and I didn't care about exploring. And in a game like this, I want to explore, but when you can only find guns, ammo, attachments, and armor in the world, it felt boring and really underwhelming. And like, I didn't care what was in the next case, even if I stumbled upon it. So this is very much a step in the right direction. It might not be the fix for me feeling like the world is still empty, but it's at least something. Them just acknowledging they need to add other items into the world gives me high hopes. And of course, you can't have an update in a shooter without adding a few new guns. The one that they did show off is going to be the MP5, but they said there are others coming. They just didn't want to show them at this time. Using the guns though on AI was really annoying because the AI just had aimbot. They were feeling like Terminators. So they are going to be tweaking them to feel more manageable yet still challenging. This is such a huge issue that we really just need to get our hands on it, give them feedback with how we feel, and for them to change some more things up. I don't think this update will fix everything, but it's showing that they know where their weak points are and what they have to add to the game, and they're trying. I commend them for that. Not only are the AI going to be tweaked in that way, they will also be having AI go back to their bunkers to sleep. This just makes sense. I like this idea. It just yeah, of course, it's not going to have like 9 guards around here. They're going to have 8 sleeping and 1 just, you know, guarding their shit. So it hopefully means we can be super stealth if we want, Splinter Cell-esque. And it also means, they said, that we can be masochists though and go into their bunkers and shoot them while they're sleeping. Something I thought would be really funny to test is if we go into their bunkers while they're sleeping and say we alarm them, we wake them up. Do they just jump out of bed with all their gear on and guns and they're just ready to get into a fight right away? Like, this is something we need to test, you guys. This is day 1 testing for sure. The last big change they are adding is the helicopter wait times. This is something that frustrated me so much because I just felt like I was waiting constantly. They said they made it so that the choppers will spawn closer to you instead of spawning from your fob. They also made them go faster, so it lessens the time we're actually in the air. And they wanted to reiterate how this isn't the final version. This isn't how it's going to always look. This is something that they're going to be asking the community about. They're going to be getting feedback for, and just talking about the helicopters continuously, because it's something they always want to change, and it's such a big part of the game that it is so important that they get this correct. And they know that, listen, as much as they can do, at the end of the day, we are the consumer, so they want to hear from us. So make sure you tell them what you think. But let's jump into the roadmap, because this is something that's really important. They are going to be doing what looks like 2 updates a year. So this is the fall 2024 one, the Night Ops one, and then the next one's going to be spring, and it's called Dark Revelations, and then it follows that same formula: fall, spring, up until it says 2027. Now for the next one, which is called Dark Revelations, it does sound like they're going to be adding more weather effects, so rain and storms unearth new depths to the story of Lamang. At the end of the day, what this is going to do is weather effects are going to uncover things in the map. It's going to make it more gritty. And yeah, that's going to be coming in spring 2025, plus a whole bunch, I'm sure, other things. I'm just kind of paraphrasing everything they said in these for the PR release, and then we'll go through. But next is Rise as an Elite Operator. So the tagline for this is prove yourself, improve, and seize strategic ground. I just want to take something out here. So they do always have a big paragraph. I'm not going to read it all, but it says, whether it's precision sniping from a distance or charging in with close quarter combat, hones your craft and strengthens your status. So it sounds like you're going to be battling against other factions to collect some sort of not resource, but like some sort of strategic point. So it could be like a camp or something. But the biggest thing here is it sounds like also skills will be adding on this update. So look for that coming in fall 2025. Battleforge will be in spring 2026, but I think this is when we're really going to be cooking. This is when I think the game's really going to start being what it should be. And the tagline for this is gather, adapt, create, prevail. I think this is where they're going to start adding crafting. You're going to start having items outside of raid, bring them back into raid, and just crafting things for not only you, but your faction itself. I think this is when it's really going to start putting its grasps in me, I would say. And that's okay. Spring 2026 is a long time away, but I get how long these video games take. It does take a while, and I'll be excited for this one. Shadow Strike is in fall 2026, and the tagline is master the art of silent and deadly warfare. I love being sneaky in video games like this. I think them adding a stealth tactic and a reason to do it is really going to add value to the video game and really change the dynamic of how you play. Because if it's consistently feeling like all you do is you run and gun and you just go and blow stuff up, it's going to start feeling really repetitive, and it's going to feel like you're just doing the same thing over and over again. At least adding some sort of reason to do sneaky missions or be more sneaky is going to add value to the game. Now, the next two I'm not going to go too much into because I think things will change by this, because Rising Tensions is coming out in spring 2027, and then Ground Zero is going to be the update 1.0 where it gets out of beta. So that will be, it looks like fall 2027 is when 1.0 is going to come out. I saw something in there. It said, what did it say? Hold on, let me find it here. It said Gray Zone Warfare is just beginning to unfold, offering a tantalizing glimpse into the mysterious and dangerous world with only 20% of the design complete. So is that the map itself by 1.0, which is fall 2027, only 20% of the map will be complete, or the game will be. I'm not sure, but I like how ambitious they are, how much they already have. I'm sure they have more than just this on their whiteboard in their offices. So that's really cool. I hope you guys get excited for the game. I'm not going to say that, oh, this is going to be the next greatest thing at Night Ops, you know, with update 0.2, but hey, it really does look like it's in the step of the right direction. Thank you guys so much just for watching this video. Hey, listen, if you want more of these style videos, you can subscribe to the channel. It's free for you guys. It does mean the world to me. Also, I do stream 5 days a week on twitch.tv/Geekseh. Come by, hang out, and until next time, I'll talk to everyone later.